Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am excited to tell you that we are going to be starting a Crocheted Block of the Month series that's going to run for the entire year of 2024. This is January. I'll be making block number 1 in this video. I will have a new block for this series every month in the middle of the month. I'm aiming for like the 15th of the month. When we are done, we will have a completed Afghan. Nothing big, bigger than like a lap blanket, you know what I mean? But it's just to get back into the swing of things. I want to say though, before I forget, I will be doing other crocheted projects. I'd love to be able to do some knitting on camera. Of course, I will be still doing quilt blocks. I have a quilt block of the month series that I've already started, January 2024. I'll link to that in the description of this video. But I will show you throughout the year, multiple times per month, different crochet stitches that I either find or that I come up with. I like to just make up my own stuff. I bought 28 skeins of yarn because I took one of every color that I could get online through Joann.com, JoannFabrics.com. I think it's just Joann.com. And I had ordered more than that, but I think 3 of them didn't have in stock. So I ended up with 28 skeins of Big Twist. It's a 4-ply. You're going to see it in a minute. I wanted to use every color in the blocks. I decided I just don't want to deal with all the ends right now. Now I know it's just 1 block per month, so we would have time to weave in ends and things, but I'm just going to force myself to do each block in 1 color, okay? So I'm going to pick 12 colors out of the 28 that I have, and I'm going to set them up on the table. I'll show you, because I want to know which order I would like the colors in, because I will be joining as I go. So I'll be showing you guys that too. So at the end of the year, you won't just have 12 blocks that have to be finished and joined. I am going to be joining as I go, and you can do that too if you want. I thought that would be cool. So very simple stitches, but I am going to tell you, you do need to go watch my beginning videos on how to do the slip knot, chain, single crochet, and then I think I have one for double crochet. I will tell you, when I do single crochet now, I no longer do a chain 1 at the end. I just turn and start because it makes a much straighter edge. But you're allowed to do your chain 1 if you want. I'm sure you're going to hear me say chain 1 in my past videos. If it's a single crochet, I do double crochets differently too. So I will have some new things to show you, at least new to me, of how I do things. So you can watch my old stuff, but then you can watch my new stuff too. Go watch those videos. I will show you quickly on these videos how to do whatever stitch, but I am not going to, start by saying, this is how you make a slip knot. I'm not going to be doing that at the beginning. So you have to go watch those first, or watch other people. If mine don't make sense, go watch other videos on, how to start crochet, slip knot, chain, single crochet. All you need to know for this particular pattern that I'm making today is single crochet, chain, single crochet. And it's the moss stitch, but a lot of these stitches have other names, and there's different ways that people do them. Some start with an even number, some start with an odd number chain, and some have you work into the 4th chain from the hook. And I do mine a little bit differently, and so I just want you to, not say, oh my God, you're doing that wrong. There's a lot of different ways to do a lot of these different crochet stitches, and there is no wrong way. And if you have a different way to do it that you like better, then obviously you're going to do that, right? Is there anything else? Hang on. I did want to mention that I will have a playlist for this series. I will have the link to that in the description of this video and also on the end screen. And I think I'm going to show you just a little swatch. First, I'm going to show you all my yarn colors, and then I'll show you which 12 I have picked out. You don't have to go out and buy 12 skeins of yarn. I don't know off the top of my head how many skeins you would need if you want to make just all 1 color. It's really pretty to have a solid color Afghan, but I'm going to do each block a different color, And if you want to change colors, you are more than welcome to. If you know how to crochet already and you want to, you know, just go with whatever stitch I show you in each month's video, and you would rather do multiple colors, you are free to do whatever you want, right? Right. And if you come across a stitch in one of these months that you don't like, or it's too hard or whatever, you can just repeat one of the other ones, or just look up somebody else's video and find a stitch you like, and, you know, just make whatever size blocks we are making. And don't worry about perfection with this, right? You know, I don't like perfection. Your blocks can come out not exactly the same size, and sometimes they won't, just because of a different stitch and we can't quite get it. It's very forgiving. Yarn is very forgiving, and when we do a border around it and we join, if one side is, you know, a few stitches longer than the other one will stretch. And so it's all good. It's all fun. So not only am I here to, you know, I don't want to even say teach you, show you how I crochet. I want to show you that it's okay to just crochet and have fun and not be worried about perfection. Just like with sewing, and there's no rules, and it's all good. You don't know how exciting it is for me to have this variety. Oh, it's just killing me that I won't be using all the colors in this Afghan. But I'm going to be doing other projects. We are going to be doing granny squares, but not in this Afghan, because I want to just do a different stitch every month. I don't want to just do a different granny square every month. That's not enough variety. So I will be, you know, using all these different colors. And you know what I've decided? When I'm done, I better not forget. I don't think I'll forget. I will weigh my finished block, and I'll tell you how many ounces it is, and we need 12 blocks. So that'll give you an idea of how many ounces you need total, you know, to figure out how much yarn you need. So I'm going to pick my 12 colors, and I don't know yet what I'm going to use for borders or joining. So I'm going to focus right now on just getting the block done. Let me pick my 12 colors and I'll show you. These are the colors that I picked. And, you know, I didn't put too much thought into it. I just threw some things there that I liked. I'm going to number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12. Because I kind of like this setup, and I just want to remember that. So I'm going to be making block number 1 with that light purple, and block number 2 with that gray. And I want to remember that, because then I will be hopefully joining them. And we're just going to join as we go. So I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do the border around each block in the yarn color that I'm using. I might do that. But then I might do a little bit of a border between that. And normally I like black or white. I was going to go with black. But you know what? I almost think I'm going to go with brown. So I don't think I have to worry about that decision today. Let's at least get the block done. I'm going to do just a small swatch so you can see what the stitch looks like. And once again, this is a 4-ply yarn, 100% acrylic. It's a big twist that you can get at Joann Fabrics. And I am using a size 10.5 or K hook. If you use a smaller hook, it's just going to make your block smaller than what I end up with. Slip knot. Go watch the video that I have. It's in the description box of this video, and it will take you to where you can make a slip knot, a chain, and single crochet. We're going to chain an odd number, and then we will be working an even number of stitches. So I'm going with 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we're going to do a single crochet in each chain. And we don't start here because there's already yarn coming out of this guy. So we go in this one, and that's why it's going to give us an even number. We chained 9, but we're going to be working 8. Single crochet is you go in, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2. Go in the next chain, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And you're just going to do that down your whole chain. Some people start the moss stitch right here, but I like a thick edge. It makes it nice when we're doing borders and things like that. So right to the end, single crochet all the way across. I screwed up there. Last one, right there. And this is where I do not turn. If you're more comfortable just chaining one and turning, you would chain and turn your work. I don't do that anymore in single crochet because it makes a straighter edge by not doing it. So I am just going to, at this point, not chain one, I'm just going to turn. Now for this next row, we're going to do a single crochet, we're going to chain, and we're going to skip a stitch, and then single crochet, chain one, skip a stitch. So it's like this. Single crochet right there under that first V. Put your hook under it, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two. Chain one. You're skipping this one. You're going to this one. See the V's on the top? Well, let me point. There's one there, one there. Skip this guy and go to this guy. If you look at it this way, you'll see there's a bump here. Skip that bump, not the hole after that bump, but we're going after this bump. So let me get my hook back on here. Skipping that, going in that. Single crochet, chain. Skipping, single crochet right there. Chain. Skip, single crochet right here, chain. Now we don't have a place to skip and then chain, so at the very end of every row you're going to do single crochet and then single crochet right there. No chain between them. And once again, I am not chaining one, I am just turning my work, turning it. Now we have what looks a little bit different. We created spaces here with those chains, and we're going to be working in those spaces, but every row from now on is the exact same. Start single crochet at the very beginning, chain, skip that single crochet, and just go right in this nice big hole that we created. Single crochet, chain, skip, and go in that big hole. Single crochet, chain, skip, go in the big hole. And then when you get to the end, you've got this shit going on. It doesn't really matter. You're just going to do a single crochet. I look at this like slanted bump, and I just go right next to it, right before it, like that. Single crochet with no chain. So at the end, you just always have a single crochet and a single crochet. You don't chain in between them. So let's do one more row. Turning, single crochet, chain, skip this guy and go in this hole. Single crochet, chain, skip, go in the hole. Single crochet, chain, skip, go in the hole. And now we're at the end of our row. This row could be a mile long. You're going to just do the same thing all the way to the end, and then when you get to the end you have single crochet, single crochet. Don't be concerned where you're sticking your hook here. Just stick it the best you can and do a single crochet there. And you would just turn and repeat. Now this is an actual like single crochet row, but this is the moss stitch, and you'll see it better as I start working. And again, a lot of people start the moss stitch right away. I just think it's better not to. It's just my preference. And you would just keep going. So I'm going to measure this now, so it'll give me an idea of how many stitches I'm going to need for about a 12-inch block. And then we will start the actual block. I chained 45. I think that will get us pretty close to a 12-inch square, and maybe even a little bit bigger. I hope. It would be better bigger than smaller. Now, chaining 45 means we are going to be working 44 stitches, because we don't use that very first chain because our yarn is already coming out of there. So we're going to skip that and go here. And we're going to do a single crochet in every chain all the way down. and I will meet you on the other end. I'm at the end of the row. I'm not chaining one, I'm turning. Now we're going to do single crochet, chain one, skip, do a single crochet here, chain one, wait a minute, I gotta move my yarn over here. Okay, now I'm better. Skip, go here, chain one, skip, single crochet right here. And I'm just going to do that all the way until I get to the end, and I'll see you there. I'm getting close to the end. I did my single crochet and chain one. I'm skipping this guy. I'm going here, and then I'm just doing another single crochet next to that one with no chain one. I'm having a hard time because I have a camera right there and it's between me and my hands. And now I'm just simply turning, no chaining one. And now this is the row that we're going to repeat over and over and over again. Same as the row we just did, except we didn't have holes to go in. Now we're going to have the holes to go in. So we're going to do a single crochet, come on, chain one, and we skip and we go in that big hole we created. Single crochet, chain one, go in the hole, single crochet, chain one, go in the hole or space, whatever you want to call it. Single crochet, chain one, skip, go right there. Single crochet, chain one, skip, go right there. It goes really quick. So I'm just going to finish this row and I'll see you at the end. Okay, I'm getting close to the end. I did my single crochet, my chain one, skipping that, and I'm going in this hole. And then this is where we're going to do another single crochet because we're at the end. Always remember, at the end you do 2 single crochets one after another without a chain in between. And we're going to go in the top of this guy right here. There is a V. If you turn it toward you, you're going to go under that V. When I look at it this way, I just know it's right before this bump that we have right there. So you're just going to jab it right there and then do your single crochet. And you're going to turn and you're just going to repeat. So let me get this done. I will see how many rows it takes and I will be back when I have this block done. Here is my 12-inch square block. You have no clue what I went through to get it to be 12 inches. I fully made 3 blocks, and each time I did, I swear it started out as 12 inches, but then it wasn't at the end. And I think the yarn shrinks a little bit on its own. I don't know. I've never suffered so much through something. So this is the 4th block that I make, and this time I made sure that it was bigger when I first started, and sure enough, it shrank down to 12 inches. So if yours is on the big side, don't worry about it. It'll probably shrink down, depending on what yarn you use. But whatever size it is, it should be, the other blocks should be that size too, if you follow what I'm doing. See, 12 inches. And now I'm about 11.5 inches this way. Yeah. And I want to finish with a row of just single crochet, just like I did at the beginning. We started with a row of single crochet, and I want to end that way too, so that whatever border we do or whatever, it'll just look neat. So I like to start and end with single crochet. Okay, see, whoops, I'm knocking you over. See how nice and even the edge is because we didn't do that chain one every time we started the next row. I just really like it that way. So here is what I am going to do now. I have my tail of where I started to my left. That makes this single crochet row have it be the right side up. And now I'm going to be starting my single crochet row on the right. So my tail is on the left and I'm going to be starting on the right, and I'm just going to do a single crochet in each stitch all the way across, and then I'm going to come up with some kind of a border. But if you want to count your rows, I'll tell you how many I have. And I know this single crochet counts as 1, but let's just count the moss stitch rows. You can see the little V's, and you just count like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up. I had 41 of those rows. And then if we include this crochet row and the single crochet row up here, what did I say, 41? That would be 43 rows. That's what it took for me to get to 11 and a half, and then after we add that of the last row, the single crochet row, we'll be at 12. So you don't have to worry about having the exact same amount of rows as me. Just make it a ½ inch shorter than your width. If your block came out to 13, then go to 12 and a half, and then do your single crochet row. And you should have an almost perfect square. I forgot my black background. I just laid it down. I feel like I can see better. I am going to do my single crochet row, and I'm just going to show you where I'm going to put my hook. I did not chain one, I just turned my work. So I'm going in this first single crochet, and then we have another one right next to it because we always ended with 2 single crochets next to each other. And when I get to the space, I'm just going in the whole space like that. I'm not going to go just under that V. That's too much work. So I'm just going in there and single crochet, and just if there's a single crochet there, you go in the single crochet. If there's a space, you just go in the space, and you just do single crochets all the way down. And I'll see you on the other side. I finished my single crochet row, and now I am going to start the border. So I don't cut my yarn. We're going to continue using it. I have 44 stitches across, and I think I said I had like 43 rows. I'll explain that in a minute. And so what I'm just doing is going with 44. So I want to do 44 slip stitches on this edge. And what I did, just to make it easy, is I marked off every 3 inches, 12 inches total. I want 44 stitches. So I'm just going to make sure that I get 11 in each space, because it doesn't really matter where you stick your hook. You just want to make sure that they're kind of even. So let's start. I'm going to just chain 1 at this point. Chain 1. And I'm going to make 11 slip stitches here. So I'm just going to start here. I'm just going to go in, and I'm making a slip stitch. So I just pull the yarn up and go right through the loop. You want to be a little bit loose doing that. And let's go here. I'm going to pull my yarn through, and I don't yarn over. We're not doing a single crochet, we're doing a slip stitch. Pull the yarn through. And that would be number 3. Let's do one here, 4. Whoops. Please remember that I'm like behind a camera, so it's hard for me to see what I'm doing. 4. And then let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That sounds good. So let's go here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Try that again. 8, 9, 10. Let's get rid of that pin. And right there, looks good to me. 11. Now I'm just going to continue until I get to the end, and then I'll show you how we deal with the corner. we are coming up to the corner, and I have 3 more to do, 3 more slip stitches. Now I want to make sure that this very corner, I mean, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be exact, but if you know where your first corner is, you know, I'm going to go to there. So I need 2 stitches here, so 1, and I'll stick 1 here. It doesn't matter where, as long as it's kind of evenly spaced. 2, and now this very corner, 3. Now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to do another slip stitch right in that very same corner. And that counts as slip stitch number 1 going this way. So we did the last in that corner, and then we did a chain, and now we're doing the first in that same corner, the first one going that way. So that was 1. And now I'm just going to go, my yarn won't get out of my way. And I would bury this, but I can't, because you can't do that with slip stitches. There's nothing to catch on to, so I'll catch it when we go around with the actual border. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to go in those nice little spaces. And again, slip stitches. Like that. Just pull through and then go right through again. And now let me get to the other corner, and we'll do the corner together again. I'm coming up to the end, and once again, I'm calling this my corner right there, and I have 3 stitches left to do, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. If you're off by a little bit, it really doesn't matter, because when we join, we can increase or decrease as needed. So now that was my last stitch for here. I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to put my first stitch right back in that hole, and that is going to take me down this side now. I'm not going to bother to put my pins. I'm just going to eyeball it. I think I can handle it all right. And so that was number 1, and this is 2, 3, and I'm just going to go all the way down, and I'm going to count and try to get 44 in there. I'll see you at the other corner. Coming to the end, and I have 3 stitches left, so 1, 2, and then right here at the top of this nice pretty row. Now some people would say, you don't need to do that row. You don't need to do this edge, I should say, because it's already pretty. But notice that these slip stitches lay on the top, and these don't. They're more uppity. So I go ahead and I do my slip stitches, because when I do the border, I use only the back loops of the slip stitches, and it makes like a little frame. So I want to make sure I do it all the way around. So that was my last stitch right there. I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to put my first stitch right there in that same single crochet right there. And there's my slip stitch. So 1, and I go under both loops on this edge. 2, 3. It's very easy because they're all there for you, so just go in every one and see the difference. See how these slip stitches are laying flat and this doesn't. So there's definitely a difference. So I like to do it that way. You just you can do it any way you want. So I'm just going to go all the way down, and I'll see you at the corner, and then we're starting our border. I'm sorry if I keep moving my hands away from the camera. It's because I would like to actually be able to see what I'm doing. Because half the time I'm just watching myself crochet in my little screen of my camera, because my camera is right in my face. All right, I'll see you at the corner. And I'm coming up to where we first started, and I have 3 stitches to do, so I'm doing 1 there, 1 there, and this is the chain 1. It doesn't really matter what we do there. I guess I'm just going to put my hook there, and I'm going to go like that. And I don't know, since it's kind of loose, let's just put a slip stitch here, and we'll start that way. So now you can see that we have this nice edge all around, and the fact that we kept our single crochets straighter makes it much easier to do this step. Remember when we skipped doing all those chain ones? Now we have a choice of what to do for a border. I kind of like doing a double crochet, so I guess maybe that's what we'll do. You know what? I've decided I'm going to call this block complete for now, because I haven't decided yet if I want to do any more borders or go around this block again with the purple, or if I just want to switch to my, let's call it a sashing color. And I think I'm going to go with brown. I don't know, I usually like black, but I think I'm going to go with brown. So we're going to call this one quits, and what I will do is whatever border I decide for the next crocheted block, then we can come back and finish this one that same way. You can cut your yarn if you want. We don't have very many ends here, a total of 2 if we cut this. If you want to leave it on your yarn, you can, because we may do some more with the purple, but I really think I'll be switching to the brown. But at this point, it's late, I'm tired, and I want to get this video up, and I want to play with it a little bit. And like I said, we'll just finish this first block up in the second video. I'm trying to have the crochet block of the month videos out on the 15th of every month, or close to if I can't quite get there, but I should be able to. And so I hope you enjoyed this. It's a simple block. I have a feeling it's probably too simple for some, but we're going to do some fancy stuff coming up in just other individual videos. And I wanted this to be easy for beginners if they're making their very first Afghan or whatever. And anyway, once a month, come back for this particular series, but subscribe to come back to all the other stuff that I do on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Bye.